December 17, 2023. Blackwood Villa, Catskill Mountains, New York. 2:17 a.m. A woman named Sarah Chen is filming herself walking up the main staircase. She is a guest at the villa. She rented the property for a weekend getaway with 3 friends. This is her second night in the house. She is counting out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She pauses at the top of the stairs. She looks at the camera. She smiles. Then her expression changes. She looks down at her feet. She looks back at the camera. She steps backward onto the top step. She counts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She stops. She is confused. She says, "There should be 14. I counted 14 last night." Sarah Chen posted that video to her private Instagram story at 2:23 a.m. She deleted it 12 minutes later. But 3 of her followers had already screen recorded it. By morning, the video was on Reddit. By noon, it had been viewed 47,000 times. By nightfall, a forensic video analyst had examined the footage and found something no one expected. Between step 11 and step 12, Sarah Chen's body shifts. Not a stumble. Not a camera adjustment. Her center of gravity changes by approximately 4 inches vertically. As if she stepped onto something that is not there. As if she climbed a step that does not exist in the video. Blackwood Villa was built in 1923. The original owner was a man named Theodore Blackwood. He was a wealthy textile importer. He built the villa as a summer residence for his wife and 3 children. The property sits on 47 acres of forested land in the Catskill Mountains. The main house has 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a library, a sunroom, a basement wine cellar, and a grand staircase in the central foyer. That staircase has been documented in architectural surveys from 1923, 1956, 1987, 2004, and 2021. Every survey agrees. The staircase has 12 steps. The original blueprints show 12 steps. The county property records describe 1 main staircase, 12 risers, solid oak construction. But guests keep counting 14. The first known report came in 2004. A woman named Patricia Holloway rented the villa for a family reunion. She wrote in the guest book, "Beautiful house, but the stairs are strange at night. Feels like 2 extra steps in the dark. Almost fell twice." The next entry, from 2007, says, "Counted 14 steps going up at 2 a.m. Counted 12 in the morning. Thought I was sleep deprived." Then 2009, 14 steps again. "My husband didn't believe me. He counted 14 himself at 3 a.m. He's an engineer. He doesn't believe in ghosts. He doesn't know what to believe now." Between 2004 and 2023, the guest book contains 47 references to the staircase. 42 of them mention counting 14 steps at night. 5 mention feeling an extra step or a strange shift while climbing. But the most disturbing entry was written in 2016 by a man named David Reyes. He wrote, "I filmed myself walking up the stairs at 2 a.m. I counted 14 out loud. When I watched the video, I only counted 12 steps in the footage. My voice says 14. My feet took 14 steps. But the video only shows 12. Something is wrong with this house." David Reyes never posted that video. He told investigators he deleted it because it made him feel sick to watch. He described the footage as showing his foot stepping onto a step that was not visible. His leg disappearing into empty air. Then reappearing 2 steps higher. He said, "It looked like the staircase ate 1 second of my life." In 2021, Blackwood Villa was purchased by a hospitality group that rents it as a luxury vacation property. The new owners were aware of the staircase reports. They hired a structural engineer named Marcus Chen, unrelated to Sarah Chen, to inspect the staircase. Marcus Chen spent 3 days at the villa. He measured every step, every riser, every tread depth. He confirmed the staircase has 12 steps. He also installed 3 motion-activated cameras aimed at the staircase from different angles. He told the owners, "If people are imagining things, the cameras will prove it." Marcus Chen reviewed the footage on the 4th day. He found nothing unusual during daylight hours. But between 1:47 a.m. and 3:22 a.m., the cameras recorded something he could not explain. The motion sensors activated every night at approximately 2 a.m. The cameras showed the staircase empty. No one on it. But the motion sensors showed movement going up. Then down. Then up again. The sensor logs showed someone climbing 14 steps. Pausing. Then descending 12 steps. The cameras never showed a person. Only the sensors recorded the movement. Marcus Chen filed his report. He wrote, "The staircase is structurally sound. There is no physical explanation for the guest reports. However, the motion sensor data suggests that something is using the staircase at night. What that something is, I cannot determine. I recommend not renting the property after dark until further investigation." The hospitality group ignored his recommendation. Blackwood Villa continues to rent to guests. The staircase continues to be counted. 14 steps at night. 12 steps during the day. And one video that shows a woman disappearing for 1.3 seconds between step 11 and step 12. Sarah Chen is that woman. She is now 28 years old. She lives in Brooklyn. She has not returned to Blackwood Villa. She has not watched her own video since December 18, 2023. When contacted by investigators, she said only this, "I don't remember climbing the last 2 steps. I remember counting to 12. Then I was at the top. But my mouth said 14. Something else was counting with me. Something that wanted me to keep climbing." The investigator asked her what she meant by something else. Sarah Chen said, "The voice that said 13 and 14 wasn't mine. It came from behind me. From the step below. The step that doesn't exist." She hung up. She has not responded to further contact. February 14, 2024. Brooklyn, New York. The Office of Independent Investigator Elena Torres. Elena Torres is a former architectural historian who now specializes in structural anomalies, buildings with documented inconsistencies that cannot be explained by normal construction errors. She has investigated 13 cases since 2019. 7 were resolved as measurement errors or faulty record-keeping. 3 were deliberate hoaxes. 2 remain open. 1 she will not discuss publicly. Blackwood Villa is her 12th case. Torres first learned about the staircase in January 2024, when a Reddit user sent her the Sarah Chen video. She watched it 47 times in the first week. She downloaded the original file, not the screen-recorded version, from Sarah Chen's cloud backup, which Chen had forgotten existed. The original footage is 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, shot on an iPhone 14 Pro. Torres spent 3 weeks analyzing every frame. She found something the Reddit analysts missed. Between frame 1842 and frame 1843, approximately 0.016 seconds, Sarah Chen's body is not visible. Not blurry. Not obscured by camera shake. Gone. The staircase behind her is visible. The wall beside her is visible. The railing is visible. But Sarah Chen is absent from the frame for a single frame. Then she reappears, 2 steps higher, her foot already descending onto what should be step 12. Torres said in her preliminary report, "This is not a camera glitch. The exposure is consistent. The lighting does not change. The focus does not shift." Sarah Chen physically left the visual spectrum for 0.016 seconds. When she returned, she had been displaced vertically by approximately 14 inches. That is the height of 1 step. Torres requested access to Blackwood Villa. The hospitality group denied her request 3 times. On the 4th request, they stopped responding. Torres decided to investigate without permission. On February 22, 2024, she drove to the Catskill Mountains with 2 colleagues, a forensic audio specialist named Derek Vance and a surveyor named Lisa Park. They arrived at Blackwood Villa at 9 p.m. The property was unrented for the week. No cars in the driveway. No lights on. Torres used a lockpick kit to enter through the rear kitchen door. She later told investigators, "I knew it was illegal. I also knew that if I waited for permission, someone else would disappear on those stairs." The team set up equipment in the main foyer from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Lisa Park used a laser measuring tool to confirm the staircase dimensions. 12 steps. Each riser 7.2 inches. Total vertical rise 86.4 inches. Each tread depth 11 inches. Total horizontal run 132 inches. Standard residential staircase dimensions. Nothing unusual. Derek Vance placed 6 audio recorders at different points on the staircase, top, bottom, step 4, step 8, step 11, and the middle of the landing. Each recorder was calibrated to capture frequencies from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, including infrasound below human hearing. Vance has worked on paranormal investigations before. He does not believe in ghosts. He believes in data. He told Torres, "If there's a sound, I'll find it. If there's no sound, I'll prove that too." Elena Torres set up 3 cameras. 2 were standard 4K video cameras on tripods, 1 facing the staircase from the left, 1 from the right. The third was a high-speed camera capable of recording 1,000 frames per second. She positioned it directly at the midpoint of the staircase, focused on the area between step 11 and step 12. At 1:47 a.m., the motion sensors activated. Lisa Park was the first to notice. She was sitting at the bottom of the stairs reviewing her laser measurements when the sensor on her tablet chirped. She looked at the display. The sensor showed movement on step 4. Then step 5. Then step 6. She looked up at the staircase. Empty. She called out to Torres. "Elena. The sensors are showing someone climbing." Torres checked her cameras. The standard cameras showed an empty staircase. The high-speed camera showed nothing. But the motion sensor logs showed a clear Sarah Chen's foot had disappeared. The space where the motion sensors showed a pause. The space where the infrasound breathing originated. At 2:23 a.m., the motion sensor stopped. The mass was gone. The staircase was empty. The infrasound recording went silent. Then Derek Vance played the audio from step 1, the bottom of the staircase. A new sound. Footsteps. But not on the stairs. On something else. A hard surface. Tile. Concrete. The footsteps echoed as if in a large space. A basement. A cellar. Something below the villa. Vance said, "Those footsteps are coming from beneath the staircase. Not under the stairs. Beneath the house. There's something down there." Torres checked the villa's blueprints. The basement wine cellar is located at the rear of the house, approximately 40 feet from the main foyer. There is no basement beneath the staircase. The foundation is solid concrete. No crawl space. No sub-basement. No room. But the audio clearly showed footsteps. Walking. Pacing. 4 steps forward. 4 steps back. Pause. Repeat. Vance triangulated the source. He placed the footsteps approximately 15 feet below the ground floor. Directly beneath the staircase. In a space that should not exist. He said, "The stairs have 2 extra steps at night. I think those steps lead somewhere. Not up. Down." February 23, 2024. Blackwood Villa. 3 a.m. Elena Torres made a decision that would define the rest of her career. She decided to climb the staircase at night. Not to observe. David Reyes says he still hears counting sometimes. At night. In his apartment. When the building is quiet. He says it sounds like a woman walking up his staircase. But his apartment building has an elevator. There is no staircase near his bedroom. He hears it anyway. And Elena Torres still dreams. Every night. The same dream. The stairs. The counting. The door at the bottom. She says she will never go back to Blackwood Villa. She says she will never climb those stairs again. But in the dream, she is already climbing. And something is climbing with her. Counting with her. Waiting for her to reach the bottom. The staircase has 12 steps during the day. 14 steps at night. But the motion sensors suggest there are more. Many more. Going down. Going somewhere that was never meant to be found. If you ever rent Blackwood Villa, do not climb the stairs after 2 a.m. Do not count the steps. And if you hear a voice counting with you, do not let it reach 14. Because whatever is at the bottom of those stairs has been waiting for a very long time. And it knows your name. It learned it from the person who climbed before you. The person who disappeared for 1.3 seconds. The person who is still climbing. Still counting.